Right now, as you're watching this, a small group of companies is quietly positioning itself to capture trillions of dollars in new spending, okay? And most everyday investors are completely missing it. If you've ever felt like you missed the big tech wave, stay with me for the next few minutes. I'm going to walk you through 6 stocks that could be some of the most powerful wealth builders of the next several years. These companies aren't just riding the AI and crypto wave. They are the wave. Welcome to Next Wave Investing, where we cut through the noise and focus on what actually matters for your financial future. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and tap the bell icon. Before we dive in, let me be clear. These aren't random picks. These aren't meme stocks or hype plays. Every single company on this list has real revenue, real growth numbers, and real catalysts happening right now. I've done the research, but as always, do your own due diligence before investing. Now, let's talk money. Stock number 1, Supermicro. I know what you're thinking, another server company. But here's where you'd be wrong to brush this off. SMCI isn't just any server company. They're one of the dominant forces in the AI server market, holding between 22 and 33% of that market. Think about what that means. It's every major tech company, government, okay, and research institution races to build AI infrastructure. Supermicro is one of the first calls they make. Their servers are the backbone. Without SMCI, a massive chunk of the world's AI capacity simply doesn't exist. The numbers back this up. Their revenue guidance for the year sits at around $40 billion. In certain quarters, they've posted revenue growth of over 120% year over year. That's not a company slowly grinding upward. That's full acceleration mode. And here's the thing. The AI infrastructure build-out isn't slowing down. It's just getting started. Companies worldwide are still in the early innings of deploying AI at scale. And every deployment needs powerful server hardware. CI is right at the center of that story. Stock number 2, Arista Networks. Think of Arista as the unsung hero of AI infrastructure, while everyone talks about chips and servers. Not enough people discuss what happens when those servers need to communicate at lightning-fast speeds. That's Arista's job, and they're extraordinarily good at it. When an AI model runs, it generates enormous amounts of data that needs to flow between servers in real time. If the network can't keep up, everything bottlenecks. Arista solves that problem. Their networking solutions are mission critical for hyper-scale data centers where the world's biggest AI workloads run. The demand isn't speculative, it's built directly into spending plans. Analysts point to something in the neighborhood of $700 billion in AI capital expenditure this year alone. Without world-class networking, none of that infrastructure works. That makes Arista one of the most reliable beneficiaries of the entire AI build-out, reflected in their consistent double-digit revenue growth. Stock number 3, Astera Labs. This is the stock for people who want more upside and are comfortable with more risk. Astera operates in a very specific but incredibly important niche. They make the technology that connects chips, accelerators, and servers together, making AI workloads run faster and more efficiently. They're solving the internal connectivity problem inside AI data centers. Even the best server hardware is only as good as the connections between its components. Astera's solutions optimize those connections. As AI models get bigger and more complex, the demand for what Astera does only grows. Analysts are projecting over 100% revenue growth for the company this year. Not a typo, over 100%. For growth investors, that kind of trajectory in a market this large is genuinely exciting. It carries more risk than larger names on this list, but the reward potential is significant if they continue executing. Stock number 4, Broadcom. The first 3 stocks are specialists. Broadcom is the generalist team, the best possible way. Broadcom is one of the most diversified tech companies in the world. They make chips, networking equipment, accelerators, and software. When major companies build AI infrastructure, they're often buying from Broadcom at multiple points in that process. That diversification is incredibly valuable. Broadcom doesn't depend on any single product or trend. They benefit from the whole ecosystem. You get meaningful exposure to the AI infrastructure boom with a level of stability you don't always find in high-growth tech plays. Their scale and diversification act like a natural buffer during market volatility, while consistent revenue growth keeps the long-term story intact. If you want broad AI exposure without concentrating everything in one narrow category, Broadcom is one of the smartest ways to do that. Stock number 5, Coinbase Global. Now, we're making a big pivot to the other massive transformation happening right now: the rise of digital finance and cryptocurrency. Coinbase has had a wild ride, and I know some investors got burned during the crypto bear market. But here's what I want you to think about. The crypto ecosystem didn't disappear, evolved. Coinbase, as one of the most established, trusted, regulated crypto platforms in the United States, is perfectly positioned for what comes next. Their revenue has continued showing double-digit growth even during challenging conditions, expanding services, exploring prediction markets, and positioning themselves as the bridge between traditional finance and the emerging digital economy. What's interesting from a valuation standpoint, the stock has pulled back significantly from its peak. You're potentially buying a high-quality asset at a significant discount. Crypto adoption continues to grow, and all structural signals suggest it will. Coinbase stands to benefit enormously from increased trading volume, new products, and broader institutional adoption. This isn't a get-rich-quick trade. It's a long-term bet on the continued digitization of finance. Stock number 6, Robinhood Markets. Robinhood started as a simple stock trading app, but that's not what the company is today. They've been aggressively expanding into crypto trading, prediction markets, and a whole range of new financial products designed for the next generation of investors. Analysts are projecting revenue growth of over 50% for the full year, a very strong number. What's compelling about Robinhood is the platform story. They've built one of the most user-friendly financial apps in existence, with a massive, young, engaged user base that will be investing for the next several decades. As that base grows and they add more services, the monetization potential scales with it. This is a company building something genuinely important, a platform for the next generation of retail investors and crypto traders. And the market hasn't fully given them credit for how large that opportunity is. Let's zoom out. What we have with these 6 stocks is carefully constructed exposure to the 2 most powerful transformations happening in the global economy right now. On the AI infrastructure side, Super Microcomputer building server hardware, Arista Networks building the networking backbone, Astera Labs optimizing internal connectivity, and Broadcom providing diversified exposure across chips, networking, and accelerators. On the digital finance side, Coinbase and Robinhood, actively reshaping how people interact with money through crypto trading, stock investing, and entirely new financial products. Each company has something that separates it from purely speculative bets. It's real revenue, real market positioning, and real catalysts already in motion. These aren't companies hoping to catch a trend. They're driving that trend and being paid very well to do it. Now, I won't sugarcoat the risks. Tech is volatile. AI adoption timelines could shift. Regulatory changes could create headwinds. Smaller players carry execution risk. No investment is ever guaranteed. Strong fundamentals and exposure to growth trends larger than any single quarter's earnings. Here's my challenge. Pick one of these 6 names. Look at the revenue trajectory. Understand what the company actually does and why it matters. The more you understand the story, the better equipped you are to hold through volatility and capitalize on long-term upside. That's how real wealth is built. If this breakdown gave you value, do 3 things right now. First, hit the like button. Second, drop a comment and tell me which of these 6 stocks you're most interested in: AI, infrastructure, or fintech and crypto. Third, Share this video with someone serious about investing. And if you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Click that subscribe button and turn on notifications. The companies on this list aren't passengers on that journey. They're the engineers, the builders, the infrastructure providers, making it all possible. The question is simple. Do you want to be part of that story? The opportunity is in front of you. The research has been done. Now, the next move is yours. Thank you for watching Next Wave Investing.